Welcome to the Work Your Money podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Wong.
I'm your co-host, Willie Morales.
Each week, we talk to people, either on the internet, through the phone, or in person.
We try to get the best business minds on this podcast.
Thanks for joining us. Subscribe on iTunes, and please enjoy the show. We have a great guest today. Her name is Tamara Bubble of Tamara Bubble Entertainments. Hi, Tamara. How are you?
Hey, Tamara. How's it going?
Hey, Willie. Hi, Michelle. How are you guys?
Good. How are
Bubble
you?
on deck. I'm good. I'm good as I can be on Saturday. That's good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, Tamara, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Tamara Bubble. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I am an entertainer, actress, songwriter, jingle writer, musician. I don't want to say dancer, not until you've seen the videos.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing then? If you want us to see the videos first?
I am very hopeful that some of these dance moves will be enjoyable.
Okay, cool.
No, but professionally, definitely actress, songwriter, musician, and just entertainer. I love performing. I've been doing this professionally for about 6 years now. And I actually got started at a photo shoot. So I first started, I was more focused on modeling and acting. And at the photo shoot, they introduced me to a producer. He said, "Hey, I heard you can sing too. Let me hear something." And I sung for him. And he said, "Oh, you can sing, but do you songwrite?" And I looked at him and I said, "I do now." And I went home that night, like after the photo shoot. It was like a 14-hour photo shoot. Let me just say that. So I was very tired. But I went home after the photo shoot and I wrote like 10 songs in 2 hours. And
Wow.
I literally just started focusing on music from that point on. I just forgot all about the acting, forgot all about the modeling, and just went music head first at that point.
Wow. Wait a minute. So how do you write 10 songs in 2 hours? It was 10, you said?
Yeah, I think it was full songs. I think it was like all built up and I didn't know that I was a songwriter, and just everything that was literally in my brain just started spilling out. And it's been like that since this point. I think every day I write several songs. And so sometimes it's not always the full song. Now it's more like I'll definitely get tons of concepts, a lot of hooks. And then sometimes it's full songs. Like I could be watching TV and an entire song will come in my head. I could be walking down the street, see a girl crying, and an entire song will come into my head. And so I just let it flow. I'll usually stop what I'm doing. If I'm on a conversation or anything, I'll just interrupt it and like sing the melodies until I can remember it, or until I can get to record it in my phone.
That's
write
amazing.
it down.
Wow.
Wow, that is amazing.
That is a calling. That is definitely a gift. To be able to do that just on a whim, that's incredible.
Thank you.
That's someone that's really gifted on the creative side. Amazing.
Thank you.
You know, so Tamara, with your modeling, was that hard to give up and you knew you wanted to do music, or are you still doing both? I mean, what was your thought process?
It wasn't hard to give up. I don't feel like I've stopped it. I haven't been published, so to speak, or been pursuing it in that instinct. It's been more of I feel like I can do the other things through the music. So I feel like I can show acting if I come up with the scripts and stuff for my music videos, or if I try to come up with a short film and make the soundtrack be my music. So that's something that I'm working on too. So I think I can display the other talents through the music. And so I haven't fully given up on them. It's just going to be something that I'll focus on once the music takes off. I feel like I need to focus on one.
Oh, good for you.
So
yeah, that sounds incredible. So let me ask you this. I mean, you basically have so many, so many things going on in regards to the different talents that you have. Was it easy just going, in transition? Like some people, when they start out in the business, they either had a previous job, or was it something that you just like started this business overall, or was it something that you just kind of like transitioned into?
I definitely had a previous job. That's actually still how I fund like what I do independently. I work full time. I went to school for accounting. I was always good with numbers. It just isn't something that I enjoyed. So,
No,
but it,
which is it's understandable. I mean,
yeah,
we all have to pay bills, and and there's nothing wrong with that either. Some people are full time in business, and some people do it part time. For
hmm,
Willie and I, I do this a little bit more full time. Willie does this on part time because he works
okay,
as well. So it's curious. I'm just like curious because some people just do this full time. Some people do it part time, and then the transition from from working a 9 to 5 to doing this as a business. Sometimes it's the transition can be easy, sometimes it can be difficult. So I just wanted to
yeah.
get like your perspective on that.
Yeah, no, it definitely is won't when I fully transition, it won't be difficult because I'm like 1 foot out the door.
Oh, your
It just
mind is already out the door. Your mind is out the door already?
yes, my mind has left like years ago.
Yeah, I know what you
And actually,
mean.
it's funny. I'll tell you this because I quit once. When I first started doing music, I quit, and I think for like 18 months, I just focused full time on music. But I wanted to be able to move further. Like I had the time, but then it was like, okay, now I need the funding. So it was kind of I had to reassess. Okay, how quick can I, save up this money and just if I just focus and of course cover my bills or whatever, but then whatever is left over I'll invest that. So it was just kind of what makes more sense. Do I want to do the hustle thing? Do I want to sell the CDs on the street, or do I want to actually have a decent amount of funding that I can save up and then push it all at once and
Hmm.
make a bigger impact? And so that was why I went back to work, and that was such a difficult decision because it was like I'm not going back, but then there I was, I had to. And so when I leave this time, there will not be a return.
Good for you.
you know
So
i
I'm
i
working towards that moment. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I can relate to that because for me, I do work, freelance work and stuff. So sometimes when I had the time, I didn't really have the money per se, and I was very fortunate that I had, Willie as a partner, and he was like, okay, I'll cover this for now until you can, go back and do something. So now it's like I have the money there, but it's like I don't have that time. So it's like managing your time and be able to budget it into the time that you already have, while working, and your personal life and all of that. It, it, it it's a big balancing act. So I don't know if that's something that you can also relate to in, with the time aspect as well.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like I have two full-time jobs, and I am the queen at multitasking, even though I'm told that that's not something that anybody should specialize at. Like I've just been able to manage it. It's been difficult. I don't need much sleep. I think I can skip out on the beauty rest. I think I'm cute enough. I can do without the sleep because I
Well,
have
listen,
so
you're
much to
what?
get
I,
done.
I got to cut you off. Listen, you're probably what, 25 years old, so of course you can skip the beauty rest. Older guys like myself, I need that beauty rest. I need my naps on the weekend.
True.
So you know what? I'm not. No props to you on that.
You will be surprised what a 15-minute, half an hour nap will do for you. And you just second wind and just go another 16, 8 hours, whatever you need to do. So I nap, but I don't sleep.
Okay, that works.
But it gives me time to get everything done. And that's the goal. It won't always be like this. And that's, I think it's a mindset thing. When you know that, okay, I have to focus for this time until it lets up, until I can focus full time on music, then that kind of allows me to push, even when I don't feel like sending out that other email, even when I don't feel like rehearsing for this show. When I know what's the outcome, what the outcome is going to be, what the end result is. When you kind of have that goal in mind, it allows you to move even without the sleep.
So take us through your songwriting process. Like, okay, you go outside and you see a woman crying because, she left her boyfriend, not the other way around. Let's do it that way. And she knew it was the right thing. So how do you, and you know about it because she told you, because you're a complete stranger. So she relied on you. You turn it into a song. What's your process? How you do it step by step? Because I think songwriting is an amazing process.
I wish it was that organized.
Damn.
I
It's
don't know.
not?
Right, I
Damn.
don't know this woman. I'm walking down the street. I see her crying, and the words come into my head. So I pull out
Okay.
my phone and I sing it, whatever it is. Like the lyrics, the melody, it's just there.
That's amazing.
I can't even explain it. It's literally just after this conversation, maybe something that you guys may say, and a song will come to my mind from it, and I'll just write it down or sing the melody. If it's melody, I'll sing the melody so I don't forget the melody. But I just literally, I'm really rude. I start to stop conversations because no, there's a song. Hold that thought. Let me record this, and then we can continue. So I'm hoping nothing comes while we're interviewing.
No, believe me. If we get written in the song, we're not gonna complain about it.
Right. And it depends too. Like if I go to a studio, if to meet a new producer and they play me some of their stuff, that'll inspire me, and I'll just start. I remember going to a producer and he was playing me beats, and he played the song, and I told him what the name of the song was, and then by the time the instrumental had got to the chorus, I was singing him the hook.
Wow.
And so that's just how spontaneous it is for me. And so a lot of times I can definitely write 2 tracks. If someone will send me a track, I can write a song to it. And I think that maybe why jingles work well with me, just because so many different ideas on so many different topics. I'm always writing music, and I'm always have ideas. And so sometimes I'll combine them. Sometimes I'll go back and write it. But a lot of times it's the entire song, and so I don't have to go back.
Hey, there you go, Willie. We can possibly put together a theme song for the show.
Yes.
Listen, I having Tamara, write and do jingles. Hey, listen, I think we might have to talk to Tamara off the air. So
No, go ahead.
No, go.
No, I was just gonna say because we have an intro to our show, so he's like
and she hates it.
in love. He's in love with this song, and it's a great song.
Yeah, but Michelle, she would laugh at it when she first heard it. It's from
Did you sing it?
No,
Willie,
crazy.
Oh.
Listen, you'll probably get off the air then if I start singing. No, it was through iTunes. I mean, through Garage Bands, and they have like a little jingles and all that. So I was playing around with it, and I liked it. And Michelle started looking at me, she started laughing, and I forgot what she said, but I'm like, I like the intro. This is a different intro. But no, we're always looking for new intro and outros. So Tamara, with your singing and writing, have you ever had any issues with like copyright or copyright infringement, or especially with the tunes itself, with the music itself? You got me, because it's almost impossible not to pick up something. I'm thinking, because you listen to music every day.
I listen to a lot of old school music. I do listen to like all genres of music, but I've never had a copyright issue. I'll tell you, me personally, I copyright everything. A series I call Dumb Song of the Week. And so, like I said, I write songs on all types of subjects, but some of them are so stupid. But I wanted to put the music out there. So it's like a storytelling / song. So I'm actually talking and kind of joking and singing the song randomly. So that I copyright those songs. Like I copyright everything. And then my hopes is that someone will steal it, so that I will get my funding immediately. I have no intentions of this long drawn out lawsuit. Let's go settle so that I have my investment money and we will be fine. I'm completely okay with the thievery because I protected it. And so I'm actually hoping for that to happen. Fingers crossed.
You never know.
Well, we could, if it does happen,
Do you carry the music with you, like your own CDs, and do you hand out, or maybe if you go to a party like networking events and you hand out? Is that your business card?
Well, I have business cards too, but I definitely move with the CD. And not everybody takes the CD. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't have a CD player. It's 2016." So I have like a download card. I have the
Yeah.
download card. It really depends on the
Okay.
area.
Okay.
I'm doing promotions right now, really heavy in the Southeast as far as like physical CDs. And they are definitely still in CD land. Um, and I think there's like 100, there's still 150 million cars on the road that have CD players in them. So even if you don't actually go to the store and buy CDs, they'll still take them from me. I sell them at my shows, and then we do like street team promotions and give them out that way. So it's still CD very
Okay.
much.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool. Tamara, I wanted to ask you, out of your experience in the entertainment business, what do you recall has been a pitfall for you, and what do you recall has been like a highlight for you?
A pitfall. I would say the scams. When I first started, I was like green thumb. I was just so excited to do music, but I wasn't
Hmm.
as focused on, reading people and knowing who you could trust, and that I didn't even think about that stuff. Like I just thought like, oh, I'll make music. Oh, I'll put it out. Oh, I'll get on stage. Oh, I'll be rich. And there's this whole windfall of like scammers along the way. Like, hey, you got a dream? Let me take all your money. And there's just there's so many of them, and so you have to learn who they are or you're going to be broke. Like you could have enough money to and for music it's so expensive to actually get, well, any business, but music especially, you definitely need a six-figure startup
Wow.
to get started. Like as far as mainstream, like you can do it indie for years and years and years, and you may still 20 years later still saying, hey, I'm trying to get on. So if you really want to start off, you're going to need a six-figure investment, or you're going to need an investor, or you're going to need to sign to a label. So if you
Oh.
try at this um, without learning and knowing the industry, you're going to get scammed. And that was like the biggest pitfall, because it happened to me several times. It was like ridiculous. And it was just like, okay, are you going to learn from this, or are you just not going to make it because you're going to keep getting scammed? And so you realize that you have to research. You realize that it's a business. You realize that there are people out there that are preying on artists with a dream. Like on CD Baby alone, I think there's 400,000 artists. That's just CD Baby. There's
Wow.
TuneCore. There's just so many people aspiring, and like it's so easy to make music now that it's even easier to scam, because it's like they're not going to do the research. They're going to think, oh, I can do this. It's just this. All I have to do is record, and all. And so in that process of trying to promote it, you have to research and learn the industry, learn who is a reputable company that you can use for promotions, or you're going to waste your promotion money, and then what do you do? So that's been the biggest pitfall. I actually started a show because of it. Um, it's an online TV show. It's called You Gonna Get Got, but I basically expose the scammers so that that's one less person that you can scam. And like I started the show off with my own story just to let them know how real it is, like how often it happens. And you're thinking that it's not going to happen. You're thinking that there's not predators out there, but there are. Like they can make living scamming.
Oh no.
Like if I scam the dollar from a 400,000 artist, I'm good. I can go get that Bentley that I wanted. So um and there's new suckers every day. So that's their goal. Like that's been the biggest pitfall. The highlight have definitely been the fans. Like the support will let you climb over the scam and keep going when you're ready to stop. When you're ready to quit, when you're ready to give up, when you're saying it's taking too long, it'll give you that strength to go the next day and go record. It'll give you that strength the next day to go and network. That strength the next day to go get on stage and sing the song, because that was the real reason that you came out to do it anyway. So my fans have been beyond supportive, and I know it's a process, and I've instructed them, like showed them that, hey, I've showed them that it's a process, that this is not something that happens overnight, because I'm not signed to a label. Because a lot of times when you get people that like your music, now they want to see you on TV right now they want to see you at the Grammys right now, and no. I'm indie. It's a little bit of a process, and so they're patient for me, because they want this for me too. And so that's been the highlight.
Um,
Wow.
So, you know, that's a great thing that you have like your fans and all that to support you. But let me ask you something. So if you were solo, right? I mean, you know, a different career other than a music, and you were going through these ups and downs, how do you, you know, overcome the, you know, the setbacks, the daily setbacks, and saying, oh shoot, this doesn't work. You know what? I think I'm done. How do you overcome that if, like you have your fans, but for people that don't have fans, how would you, what would you suggest?
I think it's definitely a mindset issue. I think a lot of industries, like your focus needs to be on your personal development. And even just outside of business, just like in life, with the internet now, with everything that you do, when you start to see a little bit of success, there are going to be people that try to show their ugly side, or try to disrespect what you're doing, or downplay what you're doing, or try to mess up your mind and make you want to quit. And so I think it's really just a head game. Like you have to be able to ignore the negative until you can get to where the negative doesn't affect you, until you can get to where the negative doesn't affect your cash flow, until, like, you have to build on it where doesn't matter what they say anymore. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep going. And I think if your mind is not there from the beginning, it's going to be harder for you, because any little thing can distract you. Something somebody says negative to you may make you want to give up, or something that happens bad financially. If you get scammed, that may make you want to give up. But if your mindset from the beginning is, I'm going to see this through, then nothing that nobody does or says to you can stop it. So I think it's really just, I think you have to work on your mind, and you have to know in your heart that this is what you want to do. And that way anything negative that happens, it won't affect you. It won't stop you, I should say. It may affect you, but it won't stop you.
Yeah, you got to fight that little voice inside your mind. Yeah, that's amazing. Great feedback, and also, you know, I think what you said is absolutely true. It's all about the mind and just moving forward. So I think you should put that was that we got to tweet that.
What advice can you give new people that are starting out?
I would say talent should probably be the first step, because some people
Yeah, you don't have to say
I
it.
hate to say this, but some people think that they can do it without talent, and it's doable. There are definitely some winners without talent, but that's a good starting point. It makes it easier. I'll say that much. And then the second thing you're going to need is quality. There are a billion people doing music. There are a billion dancers. Whatever field it is that you're trying to get into, once you start pursuing it, you're going to realize how much competition there is. And there is tons. It doesn't matter what it is you want to do. There's just a billion people that do it. So your quality has to be there, one, so that people that are already in the industry take you seriously, and two, so that your competition will actually see you as a threat. And three, so that your clients and your customers will actually want to buy into what it is you're offering. So talent, quality, and then I think just kind of presence and promotion. Once you have the music, once you have the talent, once you have the entertainment, once you have the content, whatever it is, you have to get it out to people. So you can't be afraid to network. You can't be afraid to walk up to strangers. You can't be afraid of rejection. Like, you welcome the rejection. Like, I love negative feedback, negative comments. I don't thrive off of it, but it's good, because I know that if everybody's saying I'm wonderful, 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 and I haven't made it yet, somebody's lying to me. So so you have to embrace the negative, you have to embrace the positive, but you have to continue to meet new people. So the ones that already know you and like you, cool, that's your supporters. The ones that don't know you are who you have to focus on. So every day there has to be a goal. Like, I have networking goals of, meet 10 people today. Go to this event, meet, if I'm at a conference, meet this 100 people, I know who it is I want to meet. I've researched them, especially people in the industry. And then just other people there, I just want to know who's everybody in the room, because you never know who's going to be able to help you further on down the road. And it's good to meet them up front and just build a network without sometimes knowing who they are, because a lot of times when you know someone, you just want to go there to get what it is they have to offer from them. But someone that you don't know that you just build with organically, you come to find out that, hey, they also do this. And, you know, you don't have to start off begging for what you think it is you want from them. You can just build with them, and then eventually they'll tell you what they do and how they can help you. So the
Okay,
networking.
Always
that sounds
important. Yeah.
great advice. Great advice, listeners. For the listeners out there that are looking to get into the entertainment business, definitely have some type of talent, skill, and the drive and determination. A lot of people that get into it is because they have a natural talent. It's something that it was something that they were born with, and it just kind of excels through time. So definitely, step up your game when you're uh, pursuing this. And
I'll say too, like a lot of people get into it not even for the talent. They really get into it for the fame and for the money. And so those careers are usually short-lived because that they didn't really have a passion for it. So first, make sure it's something you actually do have a passion for, that you actually like people. A lot of people don't even like people, but they
I know,
they want,
right?
there are
Then
gonna be
why get
people
into that
around you. They're
business?
gonna
Yeah,
be
exactly. Get into that
right.
business and you
So
don't like people. Yeah.
right. So it just, I mean, if you're going to entertain, make sure it is something that you want, and think about what you're giving up too, because you lose a lot. You're going to lose your privacy. You're going to lose your, you're going to lose a lot in terms of just privacy and just your own thoughts. And especially the superstars can't even walk around by themselves, like, and go shopping. So it's like, just weigh everything and make sure that if that's what you want to do, and don't spend years pursuing it and then realize, oh, I don't really want to do this.
Yeah, that would suck.
You know?
That would suck if you do all that and then all of a sudden you realize, damn, I just wasted 5-10 years and I realized I'd rather be a dog walker. What are you reading now? What books do you recommend, or videos, or?
Gary Vaynerchuk. I think I've read all of his books. Like, he's just really, he's like,
He's an in your face type of guy.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And like, I just like his hustling spirit, and just like he has very go get it, like, proactive approach for something. If you feel like you're being blocked for something, like I feel like he can encourage you to go after it and just create an opportunity rather than waiting for one to hop in your lap.
So anything Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, I think it's like jab,
Okay.
jab, right hook. That one.
Really? I never heard that one. Jab, jab,
That one's
right.
good. I've read all of them, but that one sticks in my mind.
Okay.
Let me see. Mark Echo. I think I read that. Unlabeled is the name of that one,
Okay.
and that just kind of told his story. He actually had the clothing brand, and then he now owns Complex Media. And I had no idea that was the same person. So that his whole life story, the book's called Unlabeled, but it's a really good read.
Okay.
And I watch a lot of tutorials, a lot of videos on YouTube. And I'll say too, for aspiring entertainers or just business people in general, lynda.com, Lynda.
I heard
It's
it.
really
Okay.
good. Yeah, it's a really good resource too, to just kind of learn, whatever industry it is, but they have like tutorials and trainings that you can do.
so, Willie, do you have any books to recommend as well?
I'm almost done with this book, which is called The Power of Focus and Little Voice Mastery. I think, and I'm reading them at the same time. Like one day I'll read one, the other day I'll read the other. I think those books are important for your business, or if not, just your everyday life. So The Power of Focus and Little Voice Mastery.
Tamara, for our listeners, where can they find you?
Best place to start is my official website, tamarabubble.com. That's TAMARABUBBLE. Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. If there's a social media, I'm probably
We'll find you
at Tamara Bubble.
So, Willie, did you tell our listeners where they can also reach us?
I could not wait for you to ask that question. It took almost an hour for you to ask that question, but I'm glad you did. Well, I narrowed it down because usually I give 5 places to find us, and that's too long. So I narrowed down to 3. Definitely iTunes, type in Work Your Money. When you see this episode, give Tamara 10 stars. I always say 5, but Tamara should get 10. Or, I don't want to swallow her up anymore, so 9.5. That's it. 9.5 for you, Tamara. Also, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Work Your Money, and also on Patreon, Work Your Money, where we can use a little donation to keep the show running and for any other donations, not only us, but everywhere else. So that's where you can find us.
Okay, cool. So I guess that's it. Thank you, Tamara, for being on our show. It was a pleasure to have you on. You definitely gave us a lot of insight in the entertainment business, and a lot of golden nuggets for the not just for us but for our listeners as well. And definitely we would like to have you on again.
Yeah, we're thinking
Have
like in 20 minutes. So just take a short break. We're going to have you on for part 2.
We'll definitely have you on another time. We'll more in-depth conversation about the entertainment industry. Thank you, Tamara, to being on our show. And I want to bid everyone a good evening. Until the next time, this is the Work Your Money podcast.